Connor, you're on the cusp of heading to your first World Rugby U20 Championship. First of all, how excited are you for the campaign ahead? It's a really tough group, but a great challenge for this squad.
Yeah, I think all the boys are kind of looking forward to the challenge. We've just been in camp in St Andrews, and Hoggy's talked about how as Scottish people we're always against the odds, but that necessarily isn't a bad thing. We like to take on that underdog role, and we like to take on all the big boys, and I think all the boys are looking forward to pulling off some shocks. It's a real honour, obviously captain of the country. You can't really say it's something that a lot of people get asked to do. I think I really enjoy being able to just get the boys up for training and bring that energy to every training session and to every game. There are some challenges keeping people in line and making sure the standards are high throughout the team. But we've got a great bunch of leaders throughout the team, people who've been there before, people who I can lean on to talk in sessions, and I always like to use them to kind of just make sure it's not all coming from me, and make sure that the whole group has a kind of a group conscious, and that we're all driving those standards together.
Although the 2019 Under-26 Nations ended in a disappointing note from a positional point of view, there was a lot of positives to take, especially from that French performance, from the win over Wales. What were maybe some of the lessons you took from that campaign heading into next month's tournament?
I think if the real messages that we've had throughout this training block before the World Cup is starting well. If you look at the games that we've played well in, specifically that Wales game, we've come out with a real passion, a real energy and intensity to take the start of the game. 3 tries early on in that game really set the performance for us, and it allowed us to go on and win the game. I think the rest of the games, although they were disappointing in the end, we were really in them, and we had a chance to do well in all those games, and they weren't necessarily running away from us until the last 10 minutes. So I think we've worked on our strength and conditioning. We think that we're going to be able to compete for a lot longer and for the whole 80 minutes this time, and we'll be able to start well and then bring the intensity for the whole game.
You're heading to Washington now for a week-long training camp. It's maybe going to be just a wee bit warmer. What do you expect from that week, just in terms of conditioning? And by all accounts, it's going to be a lot of hard graft for that week.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get some time to enjoy ourselves while we're out there, taking Washington. But that being said, there'll definitely be some training and kind of dialing down for the tournament we've got ahead of us. We've got a hit out against Old Glory, which will definitely be a real test. I think they play quite similarly to South Africa, who's our first game in the group, and it'll give us a real opportunity to kind of show everyone what we're about and show ourselves what we're about. And also I think we'll get into the kind of mindset of World Cup preparation, the game, and then the recovery after it, and get used to that.
You kind of led me on to my next question there. Old Glory, as you said, you're going to have a hit out against them. What do you expect from them? They're obviously a new side, but they're probably going to be physical, and they're going to be up for it as well. Yeah,
I think we watched their first game actually yesterday, and it was quite pleasing to see that they are almost identical to how South Africa play. They've got a big forward pack and some skillful backs out wide. So if we can just stick to our defensive shape and kind of get on ball, turn it over, and then play with a real intensity and a real energy, then I think we'll do all right.
Just finally, Connor, maybe for supporters who didn't watch the Under-26 Nations, who should they maybe look out for in this squad, who are maybe exciting players that can really stand out in this team?
We've got obviously Jack Blaine's made his professional debut this year. He's the racehorse on the wing. He can run in tries from anywhere, and as well as that, we've got a strong front row in Murphy Walker and Ewan McLaren, who'll hold his scrum down, but they're also quite good in the loose. And I think the guy who holds it all together, Ross Thompson, he's obviously a very good player. Got an old head and a young body, but he definitely pulls the strings for us, and he's a very important player.
And you're not mentioning yourself there in the back row?
I'll do my job when it comes to it.